In regard to the Tesla versus Japan video, I wanted to do a quick follow-up and talk about Toyota's current state of their EV development. So here's an interesting article where a shareholder actually asked a Toyota top executive, or several Toyota top executives, can we beat Tesla? And I think it's worth to go through that article together and give you my comments on that. So Toyota's high-ranked officials tackled the difficult question during the recent shareholders meeting. Toyota's general shareholder meeting for 2023 recently took place in the automaker's headquarters in Japan. Actually, the city I used to live in for a year when I was in high school, Toyota City. During the 2-hour event, a shareholder asked the panel the million-dollar question, can Toyota beat Tesla? More specifically, following the announcement that Toyota will ramp up its investment in battery plants and starting producing EVs in the US in 2025, a curious shareholder questioned whether the company would be able to keep pace with Tesla. Not fearing to share their thoughts on the topic, Toyota's high-ranked officials took turns to reply. Now, please keep in mind that Toyota also about a month ago announced a breakthrough in battery technology. So they announced that they developed the holy grail of EV technology, which is a solid-state battery that is supposed to have, I think, 725 miles of range, which is around 1,200 kilometers, and that is has the capability of being charged within 10 minutes. So I think the highest range currently in a Tesla is 400 miles, as mentioned in my last video, and the charge takes 45 minutes to an hour currently. Now let's continue the article. Executive Vice President Yoichi Miyazaki spoke first, backing Toyota's multi-pathway approach of decarbonizing through diverse options. So Toyota, if you look at one of my Toyota videos, where I interviewed one of my good friends that works for Toyota. It was, I think, about 1 year ago, maybe a bit more. He actually did mention, I don't know if it was in the video, but what he did mention to me is that back then, Toyota didn't even think that battery electric vehicles would be the future, but they were focusing on hydrogen fuel back then. So that has obviously changed. They did change their strategy. They do have battery electric vehicles now in their mix. I was part of a Japanese American meeting, which is called the Southeast US Japan Joint Meeting in November of last year. And there was a representative from Toyota, high-ranked representative from Toyota North America, that made a comment and a presentation of the strategy of Toyota, and they were showing that they were focusing on different approaches, but that the end goal was the decarbonization as a long-term objective. So Dr. Gil Pratt, Chief Scientist and Executive Fellow for Research in Toyota, supported this claim from a scientific perspective, saying that the optimal strategy for dealing with diverse conditions is to prepare a diverse range of solutions. For those who don't follow the news, Toyota plans on pursuing carbon neutrality through a mixture of hybrids. So plug-in hybrids, PHEVs, battery EVs, so battery electric vehicles, fuel cell EVs, which is also a hydrogen fuel cell, and then purely hydrogen powered or hydrogen fuel vehicles, and alternative fuels, although its latest plan is more focused on EVs than ever before. As priorly mentioned, that was not originally the plan. Now, the most elaborate answer was given by Takeru Kato, who is the president of Toyota's battery EV factory. The new division was founded in May 2023, dedicated to the development of next generation fully electric vehicles, which are set to hit the market starting 2026. So as you can see here, that's basically with a greater efficiency, set hearts racing, and this is saying a battery electric vehicles created by a car maker. So I think that's a kind of a wink towards Tesla, because obviously they put the focus on car maker, whereas Tesla, which is a rather younger company, is maybe not seen as a car maker yet by Toyota. I think they should look at Tesla as a car maker. But anyway, a Lexus branded official teaser sketch was included in Toyota's recent presentation of its new EV focused strategy. All right, so let's continue here. Kato said, "I love battery EVs. Through battery EVs, I want to change the future of cars. Monozukuri, which is saying basic production or manufacturing, making things in Japanese, and work. First, the cars. We will aim for the same cruising range as the hybrid vehicles that have been so popular. This is a big ask. We want people to feel Toyota's unique character in the BEV products we create and deliver. Next, Monozukuri. So the production or the manufacturing or the creating things. We want to change our vehicle structure and halve the length of our production lines and reduce or eliminate physically strenuous work, protecting Japanese monozukuri and creating a happy workforce for an aging population." Now, please keep in mind that Tesla actually has become, I would say, the leader in manufacturing technology innovation. If you look into Tesla manufacturing technology or Tesla manufacturing innovation, you will find a plethora of information of what they have achieved, because there are less meetings and there's more focus on the actual improvement and innovation of the factory. It's actually called a so-called digital self-management. Check out digital self-management Tesla and you will find a lot of information. I won't dive into it right now. Finally, there's the way we work. In the current area, I believe speed is the key. And again, this is what Tesla is doing. They have a very, very speedy manufacturing process, and they are not hesitant to fail, but quickly, and then iterate, and then improve the process. Our team brings together all functions of a company, not just development. Our team shares the same concerns of the Gemba, that's the place or the location where things happen, which is usually the production line, and holds discussions every day. At the same time, working with new partners will enable us to come up with new, richer ideas. Everything is new, so we are very excited. Our excitement and fun doing our jobs will surely be conveyed to everyone. I love BEVs. I said it twice. I wanted to convey this feeling, and with your support, we will do our best. Gambarimasu. So that's a Japanese way of saying that we will try our best, but not necessarily that we will succeed. Well, let me not put it in a negative perspective, but let me just give my 2 cents here. They are very aware that the speed of innovation, which I also mentioned in my prior video, is a lot higher at Tesla, and they will have a hard time to achieve that speed of innovation in a traditional legacy auto manufacturer like Toyota. So I'm curious to see what they will be able to do, because the corporate culture of Toyota is so different from the one in Tesla. And if they truly want to increase speed of innovation, they will need a lot of change. And if one thing is very difficult to achieve in Japan, from my personal experience, from books I've read, then it is change itself. But again, I hope for the best. I have friends working in Toyota, and I also love Toyotas. Toyotas are super reliable, and I think they still are. But the technology innovation is something that they certainly have to work on to not lose more market share, because they are. Now, the Toyota bZ4X is currently the only battery EV option in the automaker's US range. With Kato's comment not saying a word about Tesla, Akio Toyoda, who remains the chairman of the board, stepped into the conversation by saying, "I don't know if love can beat Tesla. However, cars made by engineers who love them will move people's hearts. We hope you look forward to the BEVs that we create." Toyota faces strong criticism for the delay in its BEV rollout program, as it is currently lagging behind rival automakers, including Volkswagen Group. The Japanese automaker admits that Tesla is often cited as the reference point, so a direct comparison during the shareholders' meeting is not something totally unexpected. Toyota promised that its next-gen BEVs will offer double the electric range, benefiting from more efficient batteries, while their styling and driving performance will set hearts racing. Do you think that this will be enough for Toyota to win the battle against Tesla, or is it already too late for the Japanese giant? So this is a sport crossover concept and a flex space concept. I assume this is supposed to be the competitor for the Tesla Model 3, and this the competitor for the Tesla Model Y. Let's see how this will go. The BZ crossover and the BZ flex concepts premiered in China last April, previewing future production models. Now let's just look into a couple of comments, which I think were also interesting. So there's seats and a steering wheel a day ago. Toyota's holistic approach is the best and most practical, but the EV buzz is so big right now that they need to seem to be doing something. The reality is 100% electric cars, trucks, aircraft, and machinery is a pipe dream and logistically impossible. Diversity of powertrains will be where it's at and will contribute greatly to sustainability and lowering vehicle emissions. The climate change EV fandom is a cult, however, with no rational or realistic debate allowed. Now, I do agree that 100% electric cars might not happen until 2030, or I don't know, whichever year, or anytime soon, maybe not in the next 10 years. But I think the direction is there at the moment, looking at the success of the Model Y, which in the first quarter of 2023 has become the most popular car based on sales numbers. And if Toyota is not careful and not setting its strategy right, then they will lose a lot of market share, because personally speaking, again, I speak from personal experience. I purchased a Tesla in November of 2022, and I don't think I will go back to a ICE or internal combustion engine car anytime soon. I just like the convenience of a battery electric vehicle, specifically a Tesla at the moment. Let's see what the reply was to this comment. In our part of North America, older apartment parking lots have no electricity outlets to charge overnight. They never will have the means to charge BEVs. There's not enough infrastructure yet to service the small number of electric vehicles. It's going to be ugly in 2030 when a flood hits North America. Also, I think that by greatly increasing the demand of batteries, it plays right into China's strength in raw materials. All right, let's take this comment apart a bit and give you some personal experience here. So how do I charge my Tesla in our building? So first of all, let me tell you, in the building I live in, there are roughly, I would say, 400 apartment units, and maybe not all of them, but I'd say, yeah, we have 5 levels, we actually have more. We have 7 levels of parking garage. So I'd say, to make it easy, we have 500 cars in our parking garage. And within those 500 cars, I think there are already around at least 15 Teslas, and I would say, to make it easy, 20 electric vehicles, maybe more, but just to make it easy, 20. And on the very top floor, on the 9th floor, we have 2 charging stations. So 2 charging stations where you can charge your car. Now, do you have to charge your car overnight every single night? Do I charge my Tesla overnight every single night? No, I actually don't. Why? Because even now, where I drive, for example, every day at least 30 miles, this is just around 10% of the battery capacity that I'm using. And you don't need to charge your Tesla every night for that. So how do the 20 EVs get along with the 2 chargers? Pretty well, actually. Well, sometimes if somebody left their EV there, we put a note, or we call security, and the front desk calls the owner of the car to move the car, so the next person can charge the car if it's necessary. But what I do, I charge my car from 10 a.m. Until around 2 p.m. Every 3rd day or so. So this is how I charge my car. So I think even if not all the all the apartments have an electricity outlet, you can still charge your car. And there are actually more outlets which are not the fast chargers, which charge around 10% per hour, or 30 to 40 miles per hour, but a lot slower, like the level 1 outlets, which is just a standard power plug, which are very slow. It's just 1% per hour, but still, you can still charge enough overnight to get a couple of percent in if you need that. And those power plugs are basically everywhere, also in our parking lot. So much about my comment on that. Not enough infrastructure for battery electric vehicles. I would say there is, and if they just develop or increase the amount of level 2 chargers here, which should be doable, I think it's totally realistic that we will have a lot more battery electric vehicles, even in apartment buildings. Now, the next point is that greatly increasing demand for batteries plays right into China's strength in raw materials. I think this is something, if you look at Tesla and mining, they started mining themselves because nobody else would do it. The United States has so much raw material, but mining was just not feasible anymore because of high labor costs, etc., etc. So actually, Tesla was asking, hey, can somebody continue with mining? Otherwise, we'll start doing it. And I think they opened the mining facility themselves. So I'm going to put the link of this in the description below. I think it's a really interesting article. I just wanted to give you a insight of where Tesla's at. You can see I'm very pro Tesla, but I just don't see the speed of innovation that is necessary in many Japanese companies, especially Japanese auto manufacturers. And I think that this will be a hot topic over the next couple of years and decade. Battery EVs and Toyota versus Tesla. All right, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like that. Really helps me out, and see you in the next video. Thank you.